At the professional level, I would say 80%, and that is a high number, 80% of checks are cashed with this little thing right here. We all love to throw spinner baits and chatter baits and frogs, but it's plain and simple. If I'm having a tough day, I'm not gonna force anything. I'm gonna put a spinning rod with some sort of finesse bait on there, and I'm gonna catch fish. My favorite spinning rod presentation is the glide bait. Light line, you can cast it further. There's several reasons when throwing a spinning rod, it just tends to generate more bites. Partially is the line size. You hear the term finesse. This is 8-pound line right here. I'll throw as light as 6, maybe even 5-pound line in some clear water scenarios. But a lot of it comes down to bait size and presentation more than the line. Like, people think you throw light line because the fish can't see it. And while that's true, one of the benefits of light line is going to be a natural fall. The bigger the diameter of your line, the more resistance you're going to have in the water, the more likely your line is going to bow, you're going to get slack. So with lighter line, you're going to have more direct feel to the bait. Your bait is going to have a more natural fall and more natural presentation as you work it. And then additionally, lure size. With this lighter line, lighter rods, you can throw smaller lures further and more efficiently. So as you can see here, I've got a fluke style Damiki rig. I've got a little gyro star on a swim bait head or a Ned rig, drop shot, wacky rig, you name it. Further cast, put more bass in the boat. And with lighter line, you can throw these light baits further. And there is one thing that's kind of taking up some market share, if you will, of the spinning rod, and that is BFS. It's a JDM Tactic bait finesse system, and it is specifically just a micro light bait casting setup, small spools that are made to cast light lures. It really hasn't fit into my arsenal yet. Spinning rods are just so versatile at the different things they can do. But it is something that I'm paying attention to. I'm watching videos, just like you're watching this video now, I'm watching videos on BFS, seeing if it's something that I need to bring into my arsenal, if it'll help me catch more bass. For now, I am sticking to the spinning rod, just for simplicity matters and comfort. I am paying attention to the BFS, and if I need to, pull it into my arsenal. One thing to note about my spinning rod setups, me personally, you'll never see me throwing fluorocarbon line. I always throw braid. This is Cortland line, 15-pound braid right here. This is probably the first time you're hearing that on my channel. I'm maybe not supposed to be dropping that yet, but we are going to be with Cortland Lines next year. Really cool company. Been in the saltwater and fly fishing market for a long time, and now trying to hop over into the bass world. They've got some cool stuff they're bringing over. But I do throw a fluorocarbon leader material. This is Cortland Lines, XTR fluorocarbon, 8-pound. I like to throw a long leader, much longer than any leader I would throw on a bait caster. I'm reeling my leader knot down into the spool, about 10 feet, and mostly because, unlike heavy leaders, this one I'm gonna need to retie, whether I'm fishing around cover or not, every 3 or 4 fish catches. And rather than having to tie a whole new leader on, if I do a 10-foot leader, I can fish that leader most of the day, if not the whole day. So I tie 2 different leader knots when it comes to braid to fluorocarbon leader. If it is the day before a tournament and I have tons of time to actually sit down, watch a YouTube video, I do like to tie an FG knot. I've even had other pros tie my FG knots for me, and that is embarrassing, but I'm not good at it. I have not been able to master that knot, mostly because I've been lazy. But I do like that knot the best. It's the smoothest, comes through the guides the cleanest. However, tournament day, I'm in a crunch, I'm on the water where I have to rush, I'm gonna tie a double uni knot. It's the knot I tie for big line. It is a bigger knot, but it is the knot I'm most comfortable with. I can tie it in probably 15 seconds and be back on the water. So those are the 2 knots I tie. One if I have a ton of time to prepare, another one if I'm in a crunch. And those are my finesse setups. And if you wanna become a better bass angler, finesse fishing is the key. Like, if you look at every top level pro, you'll find one thing in common. They're all finesse fishing masters, whether you're looking at Jacob Wheeler, Justin Lucas, Jordan Lee, Michael Neal. They all are incredible anglers with a spinning rod. And in professional fishing, one of the things that I've learned, it's not about maximizing your great days. Those are gonna come, and you kind of can't control when they happen. It's about minimizing your bad days. Putting a limit in the boat or catching enough scoreable bass on those tough days to just survive, to give yourself the next opportunity, is the key to longevity in this sport. It's the key to consistency. While we all love to hit home runs, catch 30-pound bags on big glide baits and look cool, cashing checks is how you put food on the table, and consistency is how you provide longevity in this sport. And a spinning rod with some type of finesse bait, be it a Ned rig, drop shot, shaky head, mid-stroll, That's how you do it. Thank you guys for following along. If you guys want to see a day where a spinning rod turned my bad day into a great day, make sure you click the link in the corner right here. It was an awesome day.